welcome back. Yes, this is my vlog. Yes, my name is Bolanlujo Mayela. I'm married, mother of one, a beautiful daughter that I love. Yes, you're welcome. If you watched my last vlog, I must say thank you so much. I love the comments. Some of the comments will be scrolling right now on your screen. You'd see what people had to say, and we'll definitely talk about some of the things that people had to say about the last vlog, because they're bringing on questions and so much observations. But for today, I have something totally different to talk about. It's towards the end of the day over here, and I just couldn't go to sleep without bringing this to you guys. So let's start with this story. When I was in secondary school, I was a very easygoing student, the kind of student that everybody would want to be. My mom knew the school owner, who was a pastor, a bishop actually, and I was just this very quiet girl, didn't want to cause trouble, but at the same time friendly, at least a bit knowledgeable with the books, not like extraordinarily brilliant, but they carry laughs. So there was this particular teacher, an economics teacher, and I realized very early on, especially when I was in JSS 3, SS1, that it seemed like this woman disliked me or hated me. For me that time, it was like hated. It was like she hated me, like she hated seeing me, or talk more of me doing stuff. And so I had it in my mind, and it used to make me feel bad, and I used to feel that the woman used to pick on me. As a matter of fact, there was a day she called me out on the assembly ground to say, hey, why are you not closing your eyes when people are praying? Are you possessed? And just sarcasm. I learned that like way early, and I was just like, yes, I'm possessed. And so, well, that's not the main story. Now, this particular day I was in SS3. We're having a combined class, science, arts, and commercial class, because she used to teach economics. And so some guys were fighting behind me, and somebody pulled the chair of somebody, and so someone fell down. And then the next thing was, Bolali, go and kneel down, outside. I'm going to flog you, because I'm very sure that you must have been involved in the mischief making. And you know what? I just had it up to here, and I said, no, I'm not going to kneel down. Like I legit told her, ma, I'm not guilty, and I'm not going to kneel down. She refused to hear any explanation. People thought, how can a teacher tell you to kneel down, and you say you're not going to kneel down, and stuff like that. It was like I was challenging the norm, because a teacher, like, who are you? A teacher tells you to kneel down, then you're saying, I'm not going to kneel down because I did not do it. People were saying obey before complain, but I refused to obey before complain, because at that point I had it up to here, and I was going to stand up for myself. Eventually that put an end to her picking on me, and while we didn't part as friends, but there was nothing like picking on me. Now, this particular story came up in my mind earlier in the week, and it made me think of what people do to pregnant women. When I was pregnant, I was newly married, living alone, because I explained that in the previous video. If you didn't watch that, please go and watch it. Surviving a long distance marriage. Now, I was living alone, with a new job, maybe not an entirely foreign environment, because I had lived in Ibadan before, but sort of like a new environment, because I was living around families and so on and so forth. And I tried to be the perfect pregnant woman. They say that the perfect pregnant woman, at least that's the picture that society paints. She has to be beautiful all the time. She must not complain that she's tired, stuff like that. If anything that's happening, she's supposed to take it in good faith and say, oh, joys of motherhood is because I'm pregnant. Now, I'm not saying that pregnancy is not something to be happy about. I mean, well, I was happy because I knew that a life was emerging inside of me, and I was happy to be a part of that process. But then I realized that there are some unrealistic expectations that people have of pregnant women. And so today I'm going to be talking about those expectations, and I'm going to be telling you that, see, don't fall into that trap. And that's just the truth. Don't fall into that trap. Be you. Learn to experience things. Most of us just go through life acting. We just go through life being what the society says we should be. We just go through life doing what other people do. For instance, I remember when I just got pregnant, and I started feeling queasy, like they call it morning sickness, although I don't know why they call it morning sickness, because mine was never in the morning. It was like usually, midday, like 11 o'clock, around that time, and then I'll feel queasy till like, all through the night, like all through the day till evening, sometimes in the middle of the night I'll wake up to go. Now, my first appointment to the doctor, and I got there. I said, oh, okay, doctor, this is how I'm feeling. And then, is there any medication I can, take to help me stop feeling this way? Because I have a job, I have to go to work and I have to actually deliver at work. And so, this is, disturbing my job, it's disturbing my personal life. And then the man made a statement, an elderly man, the doctor, and then he said, there's nothing I can do for you. Count yourself lucky. And I asked him right in the presence of my mom, who accompanied me, and I said, I don't understand, like, count myself lucky, to be feeling crazy, not be able to live my life, and not be able to work my job. And then he goes, oh, it's a normal thing. Yes, I agree. And then he says, so you have to live with it. I don't even know why you're complaining in the first place. And then he hit me, like, so these people actually, expect to just, glide through it, without asking questions. And I feel that that's how we lose ourselves. So today, I'm going to be telling you a couple of things that I think will help you, especially if, number one, you're pregnant, or number two, you're about to start a family, or number three, you've been pregnant, you have a child, and then you're looking forward to having another one. Number one thing I'm going to say is, all through your pregnancy, please be yourself. When I say be yourself, I mean allow yourself to experience the things that come with pregnancy. Allow yourself to experience the things that come with the process. Some people say, oh, I have a craving for this, but I can't do it. Or some people say, oh, during pregnancy, I something, but because society says, oh, I must not complain. Or some people say, oh, I always feel like throwing up, but because society says, oh, you have to be strong, and then you go ahead and say, oh, I feel like throwing up, I throw up, and then I start feeling bad, I throw up. See, give yourself, that opportunity to experience things. Okay, this is how it is in the first trimester, and that's fine. This is how it is in the second trimester, and that's fine. This is how it is in the third trimester, and that's fine. So give yourself an opportunity to experience things, okay? Number two, please always ask questions. Now, this was me. Google was my best friend when I was pregnant, and aside Google being my best friend, I was always asking my doctor, so many questions. Fortunately, in the course of my pregnancy, I got a female doctor, a very nice lady, and so we're able to connect, and I would ask her lots and lots of questions that really helped me. Can I do it this way? Can this happen? Can that happen? I got to realize so many things all through the journey of pregnancy. So I would say also that don't be scared to ask questions, not even from your doctor. Don't be scared to ask questions from people around you. Some people, you're pregnant. Somebody, came to me, when I was, pregnant and throwing up, and then the person said, see, I would, do this for you, make it into like sort of a juice, and then if you drink it, you stop feeling queasy. And the first thing I asked was, is it safe? Who prescribed it? Who is the, traditionalist or herbalist or, medical doctor, that prescribed this? Is this safe for me? But, I feel that some of us young moms, because we just want to be that perfect pregnant woman, we don't, take time to ask so many questions, and in the end of the day, you harm yourselves. Also, be knowledgeable about so many things. As I said earlier on, Google was my best friend, and you should also, as much as possible, connect with pregnant women across board, even the ones that live in your immediate environment. Okay, so many of us, we don't know different things, and I've had a friend who miscarried because of this. Yes, she wasn't reading so much, and so she didn't know about forced contractions, and then she had contractions like in the middle of the pregnancy. She didn't know. She just thought it was backache, because the people around her were saying, oh, in Yoruba they say olenye, she do this or do that one, and then she worked herself to exhaustion, and eventually she lost the child. So please and please make sure you ask questions, make sure you search out everything. And last but not the least, I will say, because we always include our partners in everything we do, on this blog. Last but not the least, I would say communicate with your partner, because I think that's where so many people lose it. Communicate your true feelings with your partner. At this point in time, you both have decided to bring, a new life into the world. Because you didn't impregnate yourself. You didn't make that decision on your own. You both have decided to bring a new life into this world. And so you need to communicate your feelings. I remember, let me give you a hilarious story. I remember one day I went to work and I was really tired coming back from work. It was in my first trimester. Honestly, I suffered in that first trimester, unable to eat, unable to sleep. And so I left work because I felt so exhausted. I had not been able to accomplish anything at work. So I just wanted to get home and sleep. Only for me to realize, when I got home, that I left my keys at work. That was so unlike me. I don't leave my keys anywhere. My keys are always with me in my bag. And so it was just funny that I left the key to my house, at the office. And for me, I just broke down and started crying. I guess, later on I realized it was hormones. But I just broke down and started crying. The normal me would have, just stood up, taken a bike, found my way back to the office, or found someone to bring it for me. But I just broke down at that point, and started crying. And for me, the next thing was to pick up the phone, call my hubby, and say, you know what, even though it was miles away, and say, you know what, I left my key in the office. This is because I'm saying this because I've seen many a pregnant woman who, they end up being depressed. Some people contemplate suicide. Some people get angry with the child inside them because they feel that they're not able to function in society, in society because they're pregnant. Don't ever blame the child inside you. You chose to bring the child. The child didn't just choose to come on its own. So always learn to communicate with your, partner. If you have one, learn to communicate with your partner at all times. Truly telling them how exactly you feel. I know, so many women. I know of the story of one, lady who apparently she didn't tell her husband that the smell of some certain things in the kitchen would make her throw up. She didn't tell her husband that she had practically lost her sense of taste. And so they used to have fights because the husband would say, why are you cooking tasteless food? Or he would say, why don't you want to cook, or why don't you want to do this? And I don't blame the poor chap because he didn't know. So I would say communicate with your partner. It's very, very, very important. And most important of all, because I'm a Christian, I would say always pray. Keep God in mind. I remember a particular day that I was so down. Honestly, I had not eaten like in 2 days. Like in 2 days, I had maybe just like 2 slices of bread because I kept throwing up every other thing I ate. And I was so down that day. I was really, really sad that day. And I was in touch with a friend of mine, and she sent me some affirmations, for pregnant women. I will try to find the link, to those affirmations. I'll post them in the description box. And I, listened to the affirmations. I said it over and over again. And then I found myself, I slept, and it was a very, refreshing sleep for me. It was a very filling sleep for me. And when I woke up, I felt better. I had a better perspective on things, and it was really nice for me. So if you're a Christian or if you're a Muslim, whatever religion you believe in, just pray. I think that's just it. Whatever religion you believe in, just pray. Connect with your Creator, okay? And lastly, I would say, if you're not looking fine at the moment, don't worry, it will all come back. Although that's a little bit of a lie, because I've not lost all of my pregnancy weight. I still have the tummy and the stretch marks, but don't worry, we're working on it. But don't worry if you're not fine at the moment. Don't worry if your body shape is not looking fine at the moment. You're going to get better. Okay, so that's just about what I came to tell you guys on the vlog today. Thank you so much for listening. I'll be back again next time. I'm not sure if it's next week, but I'll be back again next time, and I'll have more to talk to you about. By the way, I have a question. How did you inform your partner that you're pregnant? Did you do the surprise, surprise pregnant thing, or did you guys do a prank? Or for me, it was just straightforward and simple, because I guess that's the kind of person I am. I just got and said, hello, I'm pregnant too, what's up? It was kind of funny, but that's just me. It was straightforward. Let me know how you told your partner that you're pregnant, let me know in the comment section. I'll be waiting for you right there to reply your comments. And if you also have questions, please put them in the comment section. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram at bswags. That's BEESWAGS. And most important of all, please subscribe to my channel. And of course, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you don't necessarily like what I've talked about, don't worry, you can give it a thumbs down, because as I said in my last video, which is my mantra, people don't always have to like you, but life goes on. But I really do hope that you give me a thumbs up on this video. But either ways, let me have your feedback. Thank you so much for tuning in today. Bolanle Oduwe Ayinla sign out. Bye bye.